Perimeter offense may be the primary weapon in tonight's game. Certainly, that's true for the two teams playing here.
No doubt about it. I mean, you think about the long-range shooting capability and capacity, a big part of both of these teams offensively. And no lead is safe, Kevin. When you've got teams that can knock down threes the way these teams can, that means a lot of possessions, and leads are never out of range.
And fun to watch, and for us, fun to broadcast.
Always.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So on the floor for Houston, Paul and Harden are the incredible backcourt duo. Clint Capella is out there with P.J. Tucker, and it's Gordon in at the small forward. Paul against Lowry. Sinks the three-pointer. Lowry's got the first points up on the board here for the Raptors.
First points of the night, and here we go.
Setting the tone early with the first bucket, and we're off.
He had a nice open look right there.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
Now here's Leonard. He's coming off a 28-point game against Portland.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around, just his effort level was off the charts.
Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's the floater, and it's Paul getting it to go.
And Paul with the good touch on the floater. Guys, that's a difficult shot to make, that floater, but it's one of his many go-to shots.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And that's a quick foul for him there. It looks like the refs are going to call this one pretty close.
And stolen by Gordon. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Down low, here's Capella. Ibaka with some nice D.
Boy, the defense was great. Superb, stellar, platinum level. Can't really contest that shot any better than that.
Leonard, the pass to Green. Kicks to Lowry. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Fades and shoots. Misses off the right iron. Rockets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Mike D'Antoni. David.
Well, Kevin, he said for them to be successful, they have to act like, and I quote, a swarm of angry bees, unquote, every time the ball goes into the post. If they don't, he thinks they're going to be in for a long night. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And it's Gordon missing.
That's a very low percentage shot. Not good basketball at all. One he probably should have passed on.
Passes it to Lowry. Back to Green. Poke loose. Siakam. Outside for Lowry. Pass to Green. Shot clock at 6. And taken away by Paul. A pull-up. And the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got 5 points so far.
And Gordon's so efficient as a scorer, especially from the mid-range where he's almost automatic.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. And Eric Gordon-Clark, such a terrific tag team partner for Paul and Harden on the perimeter.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, he provides spacing with the deep range he has. Very efficient shot, not much wasted motion. He can attack closeouts off the dribble, and he gets to that basket and finishes aggressively. His strength very much at work when he does his damage.
Now here's Leonard. And he's currently averaging more than 26 points a game. Such a force.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Here's Paul. Green with the block. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Outside Lowry. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Lowry's got a couple of threes now in the first for Toronto.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Ball finds Harden. Lets the three fly. And another three for Houston.
And, you know, Harden is super reliable from outside the arc. He's got that sweet lefty stroke, and it's a thing of beauty to watch.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lowry.
Simply missed the connection there. I mean, I like the unselfishness. Admirable, but just not the result.
Outside Gordon. The three gets the three-pointer to fall. 8 points for him.
Yeah, those shots are taken totally in rhythm, high percentage quality shots, and really getting whatever he wants.
Ball against Lowry. Outside Leonard. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Houston leading by 7. To the paint. Here's Tucker. He gets it in there. Tucker's got his first points of the game.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Now, here's Lowry. He has 6. Up top, Leonard, defended by Gordon, and that one's good. Leonard.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Harden scanning the floor. Here's Capella, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. And Clint Capella with a big pay raise this season.
Well, you forget just how young he is. I mean, this guy is just starting his career. His rookie contract concluded last season, and the Rockets willing to pay whatever they needed to keep him.
And the first one at the line is good.
You take a look at the Rockets offense, and they've become lean and mean. Very few mid-range shots, no long twos. It's all threes and points in the paint. They keep their menu tight, and it works for them.
Good on both. And you talked about the Rockets' focus offensively. It's all on Harden and Chris Paul.
Yeah, they're the main shot creators for that offense. Everybody else better be happy spotting up, setting picks and rolling, and scoring in transition. The Beard and CP are going to have the ball in their hands most of the time.
Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Pass to Leonard. And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
And the Raptors call time here. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
And they couldn't get stops when they needed to. The opposition just too comfortable shooting the basketball.
Well, you know what, Greg? When the defense is that lax, come on now. They honestly deserve to lose. You can't let a team get into that kind of a groove.
And here's a look at the stats for Siakam. This past month, he's really set himself apart. He's around 14 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And I think he's got to be pretty pleased with his output. And you know he's always looking to push himself.
Yeah, you know, really solid numbers across the board here, Greg. I mean, he contributes in a multitude of ways for this club.
Now, here is Ibaka. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland. Good work there as it goes.
And the lean frame of Ibaka, taking the punishment, but still converting the basket. Toughness.
Here is Harden, following the score by Serge Ibaka. Now the pass to Tucker. He kicks to Paul. Just 5 on the clock. Eric Gordon on the wing. Another miss by Houston. Raptors trail by 7. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
And the Rockets making a change here. Green's checked in. On defense, Houston. Knocked loose. Siakam kicks to Lowry. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Harden against Lowry. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Lowry. Now just a 3-point Rocket lead.
Oh, it's not easy trying to guard Leonard inside. I can tell you that, guys. I mean, he's so good at using his body to get shots up over the defense.
Harden, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And James Harden was crowned MVP after last season. Greg, hard to argue with that selection.
Harden has had a case to win an MVP award for several years now. Finally was able to be the clear choice this past season. Another great line on what is shaping up to be a Hall-worthy resume.
He misses the free throw. You're always looking for guys with confidence, but then some guys maybe go a little bit too far with that element, and the efficiency level will drop below their talent level. There are guys that can be swayed by that.
Yeah, you're right, and it's a mixed bag with those kind of guys because the talent is always on display, and it's hard not to appreciate it, but the inconsistency is frustrating. Perhaps the guy who maybe best epitomizes that is Lance Stevenson, because when he's good, he can give you a lot of stuff at both ends. When he's sideways, he can hurt you a little bit too.
Now here's Leonard. Here's Valanciunas. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint.
And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That's his first foul. And Toronto making a change here. Miles is checked in. And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Well, last season we saw Valanciunas start to step out a bit with his shot.
You know, started taking about 1-3 a game. And you wonder if he's geared up to act more like a stretch 5 over the next part of his career. He's always had a great touch from the line and mid-range. Now, that just seems like a natural progression.
Boy, the defense had gone to sleep, so you got to knock that one down.
Anunoby passes to Wright. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Raptors.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Free throw drops for Wright. And it's the Rockets with the ball. Trailing by 2. This game against Toronto here, it's their first look at the Raptors.
Yeah, and a bit of a revenge game for them as they were swept in the 2-game season series from last year.
And, you know, they might not be in the same conference, Greg, but as with any top team, they want to show they can compete with the best teams out of conference, too.
Now, here's Green. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. They need this. Hands it from downtown.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Here's Van Vliet. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. Valanciunas inside. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Here's Harden. Good on the 13-footer. And now a 3-point Rocket lead.
Aggressive in deep. Once Harden gets to a spot he likes, he goes right to work.
Right against Green. And right, here we go. Can't hit from 12.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Harden finds Clark, and Clark slams it in.
Mr. Do-It-All coming away with the assist there. I mean, Harden making sure to keep his teammates involved in the offense.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Rockets.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
And that one falls for Clark. Wright with it. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Kicks to Valanciunas. Looking to end the run. And it's James Harden with the rebound.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range. Extended out nicely and definitely bothered the shot.
That's tipped. Banked in off the glass. Harden's got 7.
Oh, fruitful possession. Just doing what they can to extend the lead.
Yeah, that's tremendous efficiency there. I mean, you like seeing them put together these types of plays.
Now, here's Valanciunas. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Green taking his time here. Passes it to Hartenstein. Harden left side. 5 to shoot. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. And now it's a 10-point Rocket lead. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Raptors. Pass to Anunoby. Right side. Pass to Van Vliet. He kicks to Miles. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Anunoby. The teardrop falls in.
And providing the score, boy, they needed. That stops a 12-0 run by Houston.
Right against Green. In the corner, it's Gordon. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And Eric Gordon, the 2017 Sixth Man of the Year award winner. I mean, he has found a home and just been tremendously productive with the Rockets.
The first one falls.
And Gordon just continues to prove why he's so valuable. I mean, he knows he's out there to shoot the ball, and he does it very well.
Nene, he's checked in for Hartenstein. And both free throws good for Gordon.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Here's Van Vliet, guarded by Harden. Here's Valanciunas. It's rebounded by Houston.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And there's the foul. It goes on C.J. Miles. That's his first foul of the game. And the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Rockets have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7. Free throw drops for Green.
Man, they are just living at the line.
Yeah, doing an outstanding job of attacking offensively and forcing the issue.
And both free throws good for Green.
Yeah, you just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
You know, it's one of the things coaches like least is giving away points. I mean, they've been a step late. They've been caught reaching. They've got to tighten things up at the defensive end.
Now, here's Miles. Last game we saw him score 13. Here's Anunoby. It's deflected, and they'll keep possession. Here is Harden. Against the Lakers, he was really on his game. From downtown, hands it from downtown. Harden's got 12 in the game.
Man, they are doing some damage from deep.
Which is the main reason, partner, they're sitting on this big lead. Awesome shooting so far.
And so it's Houston, 13 points up at the end of the period. What a defensive effort they put on Kawhi Leonard. It's rare to see him have the kind of trouble he's had tonight. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Making his mark in Toronto, guard Kyle Lowry talked about the pioneers of Canadian basketball.
Vince Carter really changed the game of basketball in Canada. He created something that is forever lasting, and I think the game of basketball in Canada owes him a lot because he really...
Couldn't have said it better myself. Carter's exciting style of play, GA, really energized the whole country.
And playing basketball in a hockey town isn't easy, but Carter really helped get this city and country energized about the game of basketball.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, we've seen the Rockets really take control here.
I mean, a huge lead, and already after this first quarter, they're starting to make it look easy.
Yeah, like an avalanche, Greg, overpowering the defense on the majority of their possessions.
Anunoby out there with C.J. Miles. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Van Vliet in at the 1 spot. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter.
Chris Paul so good at working for his points. Even if the defense is on his back, challenging him, he still finds a way to finish.
One shot, mind the lanes.
And that one falls for Paul. And Chris Paul still looking for his first title. This Rockets team represents his best shot, Clark, but last year they couldn't quite get it done.
Well, the big reason for that, Kevin, was the fact that Chris Paul was unable to play in Game 6 and 7 against Golden State. He was so instrumental in key moments throughout that series. Had they had him in Game 6 and 7, I think they very well could have been playing for a championship last year.
Van Vliet kicks to Anunoby. Here's Van Vliet, defended by Paul. Back to Anunoby. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kyle Lowry is a player who has worked his way to stardom. He says, I still feel like I can be better. I'm never satisfied. My team is good, but I think the best I can be is a champion. There is no other goal in basketball. Guys?
D.A., that's how you truly create a legacy. Harden dishes to Paul. Back to Harden. Over in the corner, Paul shoots over Miles. Paul can't get it to go.
Tell you, that is not what they want. A contested jump shot, the defense right on him. You need to get a better shot than that.
It's good, and the Rocket lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Wright.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Paul goes in, shoots over Miles, got a hand on it. Here's Anunoby. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. It's tipped. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Harden kicks to Paul. The shot, no good. And Toronto will go the other way with it.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack. Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Hits the three-point bomb.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Toronto calls timeout.
You know, when Chris Paul came to the Rockets, a lot of people questioned if he and James Harden would be able to share the ball. Both known for being ball-dominant guards, I think you'd have to say it's worked out pretty well.
And it's a completely new group for Toronto. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for Toronto.
And this shot chart shows just how effective their offense has been this season. They're the top-ranked team in the conference, and they've gotten there because of how multidimensional their offense has been. They don't get their points from any one specific area on the floor. They can score from all over the place.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. Lowry against Paul. Lowry passes to Siakam. And here's Green outside. Can't hit that one. And it's Houston the other way. At one point, they led by 16. And I think Chris Paul never comfortable with that ball-dominant label, Greg. He never played with another guard who could create, certainly on the level of Harden.
No doubt about it. I mean, Mo P, J.J. Redick, guys who were great shooters, but really more off-the-ball players. Chris needed to be that kind of a playmaker, but with Harden, he has someone just as gifted at creating baskets for himself and others.
Green deciding where to go with it. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And one thing you can say about Green, I don't know of too many players who are as dependent on their three-point shot as he is. He needs that shot to be falling for him to make an impact.
And guys, veteran Danny Green moving north last summer as part of the Kawhi Leonard trade, now in a Toronto Raptors uniform.
Yeah, and not the big name in that deal, obviously, but an important piece.
Take a break.
Green is shown to be a very capable 3-and-D guy, and it's the next chapter in what has been a solid career for him.
That free throw, no good. You know, there's always this debate, Clark. Could the best teams 20 years ago beat the best teams of today?
I think there would be some compelling matchups, and I think you would find winners on both sides from different eras. I really do. It's hard to compare just because of the difference in eras and periods, but really good championship teams typically could handle most teams in the current era. I believe that in all sports. So compelling matchups, and I do think some teams from a couple of decades ago could handle some of the teams that we see winning championships now.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Clock at 6. Back to Lowry. Pulls up on the wing. Rebounded by Tucker. Rockets leading by 15. From deep, Harden. 7 for 9 now with that miss. Now shooting 78% from the floor. Green against Harden. And the pass to Lowry. Lets a floater go. And Capella sends it back.
And every season, Capella has improved as a shot blocker. Timing, awareness, recognition. He's really good at erasing shot attempts.
Paul finds Harden. Unloads from 13. Paul can't get it to go.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Back to Leonard. Over Green. That one off the back iron and out.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now.
One shot, mind the lanes.
That's good from Capella.
Boy, and Clint Capella, C-squared, a late first-round pick in 2014, viewed by most as a project, but the analytics community ranked him highly. No surprise then that the Rockets snapped him up and they got a steal. They love the analytics approach in Houston.
Houston leading by 16. Right side, Green. Green against Harden. Lob pass to Capella. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
The 6'10" Capella showing you some bounce on that alley-oop.
For Toronto, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. And Capella, a mobile, rim-running big man. The Rockets feel Clark, he's the prototype center for their system.
Well, you think about it, Kevin. He's still in his early 20s. He's a starting center on a powerhouse team. And I think he's their third most important player.
Paul kicks to Harden. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
And you know what, Greg? They are crushing it on both ends. I mean, in total control right now.
Paul against Lowry. Looking to end the run. Hits the three-point bomb. Lowry's got 9 points.
And that gets him going here in the second after hitting 2 from long range in that first.
Harden the pass to Paul. It's Harden with the drive. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. 21 points for James Harden. Raptors trail by 19. To the middle. Here's Siakam. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Kevin, it's nice to see Lowry dish the rock. I mean, I enjoy watching him pass the ball because he's got a nice feel for when to get it to his guys for an open shot.
Harden, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And James Harden, last season's MVP, the runner-up in 2015, actually won the players' vote for MVP that season. But last season, he took home the official hardware.
Two shot.
And the first one drops. And with James Harden winning the MVP in 2018, Russell Westbrook in 2017, Kevin Durant in 2014, you think a few what-ifs right now in Oklahoma City?
A few, more than that, Kevin. I mean, probably tough for them all to win MVP playing on one team. A good shot at a different trophy, though, maybe the one that starts with the name of Larry.
Well, for those teams already expected Clark to go deep into the playoffs around this time of year, how easy do you think it is to just go through the motions and maybe not tighten the screws as much as you should?
Yeah, Kevin, I never had the experience of being a player on a playoff team, but I did broadcast a number of the outstanding Pacers teams. And it is tough in the long haul of the season for teams that are fighting for potential championships to stay engaged fully during the regular season. There is a period, and I think most really good teams will admit it, that they aren't as focused because they're excited for the playoffs to start, and they just have to work themselves through those dog days of the regular season.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul, and that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Houston on D, and the shot goes in from Siakam.
Well, I liked the first quarter he had. And I'm loving the second quarter even more. Playing with a lot of momentum right now.
Paul finds Harden. And the rejection by Leonard.
And a sensational individual defender. Leonard will lock you down. Rejections are just part of the package he brings on the defensive end.
Paul against Lowry. From the baseline.
Yeah, and he plays a lot bigger than that 6-foot frame would suggest. Lowry is just a bundle of energy out there.
Outside Leonard. Stolen by Tucker. Harden outside from past the arc. Rebound by the Raptors. Siakam's got his 5th rebound in this one. Inside, and Ibaka slams it in.
And not the most flamboyant dunker, but Ibaka goes to the rack with rude intentions nonetheless.
Harden kicks to Paul. Harden with it. Lowry picks him up.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
You're exactly right. Patrolling the perimeter well and didn't allow the shooter to get off a clean look. That's what you would call A+ defense.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
The 3 from Harden. Harden missing again.
Yeah, but the defenders draped all over him. He just could not shake loose.
Inside, stolen by Tucker. Paul against Lowry. Paul passes to Gordon. Here's Hartenstein. Houston moving the ball around. Another miss by Houston. Raptors trail by 10. Outside, Green. Back to Lowry. 1:14 left to play here in the half. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Harden against Green. Here's Harden on the wing. 23 points in the game.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Toronto. Valanciunas comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Green. And a change for the Rockets. Nene's checked in. There's 47 seconds left in the first half. That's good. The Houston lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Siakam. Al Paul. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Lakers.
And there really was a physical aspect of his performance that was off the charts. He was taking it right at him, and he just kept getting those calls and getting to the line.
Lowry dishes to Leonard. Over Gordon. And it's Leonard missing.
Obviously, it would go a long way if he's making his shots. Right now, they're behind, and they certainly could use his help.
That one goes in.
Good to see Gordon being unselfish. Excellent floor awareness and great at finding his guys in their spots.
Paul against Lowry. Passes it to Leonard. Over Gordon. It's good. And the Rocket lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Kawhi Leonard.
Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
Got it! He got it!
Just in time.
What a shot!
Wow, what a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How'd he get that one to go?
I don't know, but I think that's a 2% shot. He'd make 2 out of 100 of those if you gave them to him.
And so that brings the first half to a close. The Rockets on top, leading by 14. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, a very effective first half. What are you seeing that allows you to attack them so effectively?
Well, I wanted of these games is very up-tempo, fast-paced, and, you know, if they just run, I have fun, you know, assisting and passing them the ball, so it's a fun game for me.
The game's easy when you play downhill. Thanks, Chris. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me are Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Please, a hand at home for them. Clapping for yourselves. Oh. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 29 points, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
The thing I've noticed more than anything is how well they spread the floor at the offensive end. Their spacing has been fantastic, and the end result has been a lot of good looks from three-point land. And now they've established themselves from long range, and the defense has to adapt. They're in really solid position right now.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Toronto?
Well, they were playing like it was Christmas, Ernie, giving up a lot of turnovers. There's no excuses for the turnover numbers, sloppy ball handling. They look out of control, and the execution was all over the place.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
Welcome back to Toronto, where the gigantic CN Tower dominates the skyline. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
His points production thus far, off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters, just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where he is on the floor either, Greg. He's making it look very easy. He's looking to score the ball.
And the Raptors with the ball. It's a 14-point game. After this one, they're off to Denver to take on the Nuggets. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. And on the floor for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. The engine of this team, Paul and Harden in the backcourt. Gordon is out there with P.J. Tucker, and it's Capella in at the center position. Just 2 to shoot. Here's Siakam. A three-pointer, no good. And so it's Paul bringing it up for Houston. They led the game at 1 point by 20. No good from outside. Toronto's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Green kicks to Leonard. Harden left side. That shot off, and Toronto will come the other way to the wing right side. Outside Lowry. Here's Siakam, guarded by Tucker. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Clint Capella. The Raptors shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw
2
line.
shots. Relax on the first.
First one falls for him. Clark, you were in Indiana after being drafted by the Pacers for a few seasons. Who are some of the more talented guys you played with there?
Well, Herb Williams, a teammate of mine at Ohio State, really outstanding big guy, mobile, could shoot it, excellent defender, shot blocker, and a high-quality guy. Vern Fleming was a guard that had size, excellent defender, driver of the ball. Wayman Tisdale, may he rest in peace. We lost Wayman a number of years ago to cancer. But really a gifted scorer. Steve Stepanovich, he and I both had to retire about the same time due to different knee trouble. And he was a rugged, mobile, good shooting big guy who I think would have continued to excel had he not had to retire. Maybe with that, the lid on this basket will be lifted for him.
Pass to Ibaka. Kicks to Leonard. Over Gordon. The jumper from the free throw line is good. Leonard's got 8 points.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
Lob pass to Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Boy, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
Green against Paul. Now here's Green. He's guarded closely. Lowry can't get it to go.
Boy, it's surprising that he clunked that one. I mean, especially since the defense was nowhere to be found.
And here's Harden. He has 29. Gordon finds Harden. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound by the Raptors. Ibaka's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Got a piece of it. Here's Leonard. That shot is off. Gordon with the defensive effort. Rockets leading by 14. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. Ibaka's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Green up on top, guarded by Harden. Lowry kicks to Leonard. Raptors moving the ball around. Lowry from deep three-point land. Buries the long-range jumper. He's got 15.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Paul looking around. Green against Harden. Over Green. Here's Capella. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Hey, you got to put a body on Capella. I mean, he's a tenacious offensive rebounder and does a nice job using his body.
And the Raptors call time here. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
And he is absolutely dialed in from outside. They need to close out on him much quicker when he's lining up those threes.
OG Anunoby's checked in for the Raptors. C.J. Miles comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Houston also making some changes. Clark, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Gerald Green in for James Harden. And it's Lowry penetrating. Now here's Gordon. He's got 10. Pass to Capella. Here's Paul. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. Paul's got 7 points. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Rockets?
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Outside, Green from past the arc. The three-pointer is right on target.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Rockets. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Takes the 13-footer, and it's Houston with another.
Just dial up automatic when you talk about Chris Paul's mid-range J. All he needs is just enough room.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
That's his 4th foul. I'm sure he recognizes the situation because number 5 would put him in a rough, tough spot.
And the Raptors making a change here. White's checked in. Ibaka, the pass to Anunoby. And Miles kicks to Lowry. And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Rockets on defense. They lead by 14. Here's Anunoby, defended by Paul. 4 on the shot clock.
Hey, he's got the full toolkit defensively now. It's Capella's specialty.
And last season, a very strong rookie campaign, Greg, for OG Anunoby.
You know, the team quickly learned that they could rely on him offensively. And it's rare to have a team trust someone taken 23rd overall that quickly. Surprised a lot of people with how efficient he was on offense right out of the gate. And I think you're going to see him continue to grow in that regard.
And the Rockets with possession here. Houston leading by 14. Paul with the ball. 9 points in the game so far. Good work defensively by Ibaka. Toronto's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Houston's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
Well, the thing they did there, Greg, clogged up the passing lanes, playing them beautifully and making things hard for the opponent. That's really good defense.
Valanciunas, he's checked in for Toronto. Fred VanVleet comes in for Kyle Lowry. And a change for the Rockets. Nene, he's checked in for Capella. Shot by Gordon, wide open. Another miss by Houston.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
And Wright kicks to VanVleet. He dishes it to Valanciunas. Just 5 to shoot. Over Nene. No good from Valanciunas.
Take what's available. Use the fadeaway when the defender's there on you.
Nene with the bounce pass. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. And we see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for Paul.
And this is a bit of a nightmare game for him thus far. Just nothing working, and it has to be affecting his confidence. He just doesn't look like the player he normally is out there, and you can see it in his body language after every missed shot. Boy, this is tough.
VanVleet kicks to Anunoby. And right, here we go. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
The Raptors have made 3 of their first 5 foul shots tonight.
Two-shot.
Free throw drops for Wright. Good on both.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Paul with the 3, knocks down the 3 ball. Paul's got 12 in the game.
You know, the more of these threes Paul hits, the more dangerous he becomes as a passer, and he hits his fair share of those threes.
Anunoby kicks to Wright. The dish to Valanciunas, and the shot goes down. 8 points for him.
Great job getting to the right spot on the court. Beautiful passing all the way around.
Here is Paul. He's got 12. Green dishes to Paul. This one for 3. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Raptors trail by 13. To the middle. Back to Wright. Second shot opportunity. Kept alive. Here's Valanciunas. Some solid defense there by Nene. And DeLon Wright gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. And some changes here for the Raptors. Leonard, he's checked in for C.J. Miles. And it's Green in for Wright. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Houston. Paul finds Green. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 6 assists in the game.
Room service assist from Paul. Can't put the ball in a better spot. His vision, outstanding.
The pass to Leonard. 17-foot shot on the way. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12. Here's Paul. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. Toronto grabs the miss. Outside, Green. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. And it's Paul with the ball for the Houston Rockets. They led the game at 1 point by 20. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. It's deflected. Leonard looking over the floor. Passes it to Van Vliet. Back to Leonard. Over Gordon. It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Kawhi Leonard.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
You're exactly right. I mean, they've banged home 8 of their last 10 points on mid-range jumpers.
Hall. The second chance effort. Here's Nene. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Toronto's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the 3-ball well. And it's blocked. But they get it back. Leonard against Gordon. Leonard draws the double. Here's Van Vliet. And the shot is long. Rockets leading by 10. Here's Green. Green with the block. And he gets it back. Second chance shot. Paul missing again.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Raptors.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And, you know, the intensity Leonard plays with on defense is impressive, using his huge hands to claw the ball away.
We've got 33 seconds left in the third. Gordon for 3, and Valanciunas pulls it down.
Defense better watch out. They better be alert because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
For Toronto, they have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7. Houston making some changes. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Nene. And James Harden subbed in for Gerald Green. And that one misses.
And the potential Anunoby has is exciting. Has the athleticism, the shooting touch, and the drive to keep improving.
Harden against Green. To the paint to stop the drought. And it's laid in by Paul. Paul's got 14 points for the game.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And so it's the Houston Rockets, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Right back after this break. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Van Vliet and Green are the guard set. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Siakam in at the 4. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
I tell you, he's beating up the defense in this quarter, going right at him and scoring in a variety of ways.
Here's Leonard. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Leonard's got 10 points in just the second half. Al Paul. And that one is hammered home.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Here's Leonard. No good that time. And the Rockets take it the other way. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Harden against Green. Paul outside. Ball's knocked loose. Fast break Toronto. Green leading the charge. Pass to Van Vliet. He kicks it to Valanciunas. Back to Van Vliet. Pass to Leonard. Over Harden. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Kawhi Leonard. And it's Paul with the ball for the Houston Rockets. Now a timeout called by Houston.
And with Kawhi Leonard, he just does everything well on the floor. Offense, defense, rebounding, runs the floor. I mean, he is one of the more complete players in our league. He can completely take over a game on both ends.
Some changes for Toronto. Baca comes in for Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Lowry in for Fred Van Vliet. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Capella's checked in, and keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Mike D'Antoni talked to his team. He told them, put your foot on their neck. Take it to them. I want to see you guys slow it down out there. Use the clock and stay away from silly fouls. Let's see if they can execute the plan, guys.
And Greg, with Kawhi, started as a defensive stopper, but he now is so much more than that.
I mean, he's got a great outside shot, that pull-up jumper, the turnarounds in the post. He has the complete repertoire. You never would have thought he was only viewed as a defense guy once upon a time, but was already a fantastic player. But this is a guy that continues to just add to his game.
Paul can't get it to go.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
It's stolen by Capella. Leonard against Gordon. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. That one goes. Count it.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Lowry against Paul. 5 on the clock. It's good, and the Rocket lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Kawhi Leonard.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
To the inside, and the dunk by Capella.
And you might as well ride him, Kevin. When he's hot like that, feeling it, Capella needs to be ridden and ridden hard.
Lowry with the ball. He's picked up by Paul. To the middle. Here's Leonard, and finished off by Leonard.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
Capella, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Man, it's nice to see Capella get that deep position inside, and then he's able to draw the foul as he forces the defense to whack him.
2 shots.
And he can't get the first one.
Clint Capella is a guy who's a defensive anchor and takes quality shots, and because of that, he plays his role to perfection.
And the second free throw, good. Raptors trail by 9. Inside, here's Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. 24 points for Leonard.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
And here's Tucker. 6 on the shot clock. The 3 from Harden. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
He's really slowed down a bit here in the second half. He hasn't converted a 3 yet after the tremendous first half he had.
First free throw is good.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Rockets leading by 5. Harden outside. And the 3 ball is good.
This guy is simply having a great game from outside.
And so Green will bring it up for the Raptors. Over Harden. Kicks it out to Leonard. It's stolen by Capella. Feeds it to Paul. Shoots over Leonard. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Raptors trail by 8. The pass to Lowry. Floats one up. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it.
That might indeed ignite a spark in this team.
The drive by Paul on the money from 12 feet away. Paul's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Raptors have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Paul against Lowry. Now here's Leonard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires from the wing. Count it. Leonard's got 12 now in this quarter.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, definitely on the roll right now. Seems like everything he's throwing up is going down.
Harden the pass to Paul. Raptors trail by 8. Passes to Ibaka. Here's Siakam, guarded by Tucker, and that one drops.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Paul against Lowry. They get a hand on it. And no good that time. Paul with the defensive effort. Rockets leading by 6. Harden outside. Paul against Lowry. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. Here's Capella. Gordon deciding where to go with it. Paul kicks to Gordon.
Passion is something we love to see no matter what we're doing, and Leonard plays with great passion. A defensive menace who gives everything he has to shut his man down while still doing it at the offensive end too.
Paul against Lowry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Green finds Ibaka. Here's Siakam. And it's off from three-point range. The Rockets have gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots. Paul passes to Harden. Harden draws the double. Pass to Capella. And here is Paul. Harden outside. Over Green. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Siakam's got 8 rebounds in this game. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Paul against Lowry. Shoots from 12. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done.
Hey, he's not going to mess that one up. Capella, when he's that close, count it.
Pass to Leonard. Good work defensively by Capella.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Leonard, that falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 9th assist in the game now. Now a timeout called by Houston. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Clint Capella.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up.
I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Paul kicks to Gordon. At the top of the key, Capella. And some nice passing there by Houston. But they'll get another chance. Down low. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist from Capella. That's 36 points for James Harden.
You know, tremendous and wonderful balance from Harden. This dude could have been a running back of the highest caliber with his size, dexterity, and balance. Never lets the defense get him out of his rhythm.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
Lowry finds Leonard. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Leonard's got 32 points in the game.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Ibaka comes with the double team, and there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Harden draws the double. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And here are the Raptors now. Gordon against Leonard. And it's blocked by Gordon. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. On defense, the Rockets. Outside Leonard. 6 to shoot. Ibaka, no luck.
And, you know, the defense was probably in the C-plus range there. I mean, I'm sure he feels like that's one he should have made, that layup.
To the inside. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. .46 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Harden gets the bucket.
And now they are probably too far ahead. It's going to be nearly impossible to get back in this one.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Greg. I mean, they're in a groove right now, up big, hard to envision them losing this lead.
And the Raptors call time here. They're down by 7. 43 seconds left in the game. Leonard the pass to Green. Siakam kicks to Green. Lowry from outside. Rebounded by Capella. To the inside. And the dunk by Capella.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And, you know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams know how to close it out.
Toronto calls timeout. They're trailing by 9. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. .29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Green with the ball. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Over to the wing. Clark kicks to House. 3 on the clock. Trying his luck deep. They get it again. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. So we see the Rockets get the win here. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end.